you lose and there's a pro-independence majority in Holyrood, it's a bit like the question that was asked of Donald Trump, isn't it? Would you accept the outcome of the election, a democratic mandate for a second independence referendum?
I'm not going to speculate on the outcome of an election that's not been held yet. I'm going to campaign over
I'm
the
not
next...
asking you to speculate, Mr.
Well,
Ross.
you
You
are.
say
You're
if
asking.
you win, you will stop IndyRef 2. So if you lose, do you accept there's a mandate for that independence referendum?
What I'm saying is 5 years ago, Nicola Sturgeon went into that election with a majority. Every pundit told us the SNP would win a majority again, and they didn't, because the Scottish Conservatives more than doubled the number of MSPs. People united behind us as the strongest pro-UK choice anywhere in Scotland. They can do that again at this election, stop another SNP majority and stop a referendum to make us focus absolutely on our recovery.
Tell me this then, once and for all. What is the democratic path to an independence referendum? Presumably you'd be the first to complain if Nicola Sturgeon tried to do this process undemocratically or unofficially. So what is the democratic path to a referendum?
And that's why I'm complaining about it. I'm complaining that Nicola Sturgeon and the SNP want to hold a wildcat illegal referendum. So if they don't get the Section 30 order, if the UK government doesn't agree to it, they would still charge ahead with damaging, divisive plans to separate our country all over again.
Do you see, Mr. Ross, do you see the trap that you set them? Because you say they can't hold an illegal referendum, and you say they can't hold a legal referendum. And I'm asking you, what on earth is the democratic process of people in Scotland, if they decide they want this, to have it?
The people in Scotland can decide on the 6th of May to get a parliament that is laser focused on our recovery, on rebuilding Scotland. We do that by stopping an SNP majority, and the tried and tested method to stop the SNP is to vote for the Scottish Conservatives, because we've got the strength across the country to stand up to the SNP, to challenge them and to stop their plans to divide our country with another independence.
I know your press people want us to end, but
I really
don't.
Keep going, ignore him. I normally do as well.
I really don't understand. How do you get a referendum in Scotland if enough people vote for it? If 50, 60, 70% of people vote for it, maybe even 80%. Are you telling me there's no democratic way that people can have a referendum?
I don't want another referendum.
I know you don't want it, but how do you get one democratically?
What we're focusing on here is the next 5-year parliament. A 5-year parliament when we've got an opportunity to unite parties behind our sole aim, which is to recover from COVID-19 and rebuild Scotland after the pandemic. And I think people, even those who support independence, would agree that our recovery is the top priority, and that's why Scottish Conservatives are saying we should focus on that above anything else.
One last try, just for me, but is there a democratic way of having this referendum at all?
We've had a referendum in 2014. What we're saying at this election is we can stop the SNP with their divisive plans to have it again in the next couple of years.
It's the same answer you've just given me again, so I take it's a no.
What I'm saying is this election comes down to the SNP who want to hold another independence referendum and the Scottish Conservatives that want to stop them to ensure we can focus on our recovery and rebuilding Scotland.
The same goes for Scotland. We let them vote in our referendum.
I'm Richard Murphy, and I've just read a tweet that says Scotland can never afford to be independent because it requires England to subsidise it. This is based upon a completely fabricated accounting statement, and it's called GERS, the Government Expenditure and Revenue Scotland Statement. This document is fabricated because it does not show what an accountant, and I am a chartered accountant, would call a true and fair view of Scotland's financial position. It only gives information on the income arising in Scotland, but it gives expenditure on what the UK claims is expenditure for Scotland. The GERS statement shows that a small part of the overall population apparently create about half the total UK deficit. No, they don't. It's just accounting nonsense. As a chartered accountant, I can make numbers add up to almost anything you like. And this is a statement that is made to add up to make Scotland look as if it's dependent on England. Don't fall for what they have.
One that has given the SNP a platform from which it has the resources and exposure to destroy the British state. And therefore, the only way to strengthen the Union is to abolish the Scottish Parliament and return to a pre-1999 situation or severely constrain its powers.